Be strong.
Corner of 16th in Georgetown, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, virtually on iRacing, is the spot for the third and final race of the first round of the Great Lakes Truck Series and the Black Horizon Truck Series here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As tonight, 4 drivers will move from round number 1 to round number 2 and into the final 4 at the virtual Chicagoland Speedway next week. Tonight, it is race 3 of round 1. As mentioned, it is the LMCGear.com 200. It is round number 13 of the Black Horizon Brewery Truck Series here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I am the captain, 75 degrees, ambient, 98 degrees down on track. The racing is going to be wild because we're expected to see racing much like we did last week at the virtual Pocono Raceway, where we saw all types of drafting and stuff going on around that 2.5-mile triangle. Tonight, it's pretty much a sister track to Pocono with the Brickyard here, 2.5-mile rectangle with very similar race-style racing here expected this evening. Practice just ended. Qualifying just beginning. We'll try to get down there before it ends for the qualifying and see who is going to win the pole for tonight's race. But first, before we do that, we need to take a look at the point standings as we enter tonight's race. This is your chase grid entering this round. And when you look at it, Zach Ahmann, Caden Atkins, William Calhoun, Noah Mayari, they are the final four. And they have 3 points over Jason Dalton. They have roughly 11 over Blaine Sparling. Sean Peachin, 30 points back. He's got a shot, but needs a lot to happen for his chances. Pretty much everybody down to Dane Cruz has a shot because of the old format of points, the way it's scored here in the series, but you never know. Anything can happen. Alan Best, unfortunately, looks like his hopes are done for this playoff run, but he is still going to go out there and give it his effort to get in to the or he won't get into the Final Four, but at least try to win a race here during this time period. So that is where we stand points-wise. We'll try to keep up with that throughout this evening for the race tonight. Here is the schedule. As I mentioned, Indianapolis this week, Chicagoland next week, the home of Black Horizon Brewery for the finale next weekend at that mile-and-a-half track. So looking forward to some great racing here tonight and some great racing into this week as we set the Final Four. Sean Peachin just jumped up to the pole for this race. I want to remind you, you can set your fantasy lineups for the race, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to do mine right now because I did not get a chance to shoot a video because, well, I just got home from work about an hour ago at 8 o'clock as practice started, so I ate, got everything set up for the race, and here we are ready to broadcast. Looks like the 46 of Dane Cruz just jumped up there to the pole, so we'll keep an eye on what is happening there, and as a matter of fact, we'll let you go down as I set my lineup. What you can do right now by going to GreatLakesSimRacing.com. We're going to send you down to the grid and get you ready for this race. And yes, you might hear me kind of rumbling here and there or whatever, just kind of rattling off. That is just because I'm trying to get everything set up and ready to go still for this evening. But we are good and should be a, again, fun race. There it is. Sean Peachin right now looks like is the provisional pole sitter. Still got a couple other trucks out there ready to run. Sean did win the pole last season also in this race. And he's, if you listen to the podcast that we did earlier this week that featured Sean, he said that he felt he was the fastest truck last year in this race, last season. And here he is tonight up on the pole. So he might be backing up his words when he says that he has got a shot to win this thing this evening. But as I said, you can go over if you want to pick Sean Peachin. You can do so right now. As I look at the numbers here, wow, Zach Ahmann, William Calhoun, both near $200. So probably going to stay away from them two again, only because you want to be able to fit a good group of racers into the lineup here this evening. So, all right, I've got one guy picked. I've got two guys picked. I won't tell you who I picked right now because it seems to always bring bad luck. But right now I've got two picked. And let's see who I want to pick for the other two. We're going to go there, and I'm left with $116 to work with. So let's straggle our way down here and see who's available. And the grid is getting ready to form, so qualifying officially over for the race. Yeah, that should be a pretty good lineup right there. So, all right, my lineup is set. I'll let you know who I picked later on here in the race. If I can find the submit button down there. All right, there we go. Lineup is set. You can do the same right now, and you see how easy and how quick that was? GreatLakesSimRacing.com, your chance to win a butt kicker prize, which, by the way, if you type in GLSR at the butt kicker website on a purchase, you can actually save 20% by going to check out the butt kicker website. So I figured I'd get that out there also for you. I mentioned qualifying is all done. You see it over on the left-hand side. It is Sean Peachin on the pole, and Drift's updating me real quickly with his laps. It looks like it will be exactly 20 on a tank, which means it'll be a three-stop strategy as we go down to the grid. There they are, and the starting lineup for this LMCgear.com 200 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. See Sean Peachin win the pole by 8/1000ths of a second over Dane Cruz. Cody Beatty, he'll start third. Teammate to Sean, by the way, next to Zach Ahmann. Christopher Dean, he'll start next to Noah Miari, row number 3. Row 4, Justin Bonner at Caden Atkins. Robert Johnson, Jason Dalton. Good qualifying effort for Robert there in the 9th position. Drift, he'll start next to Blaine Sparling in row number 6. Row 7, Alan Best and Chris Evans. Row number 8, Matthew Teller, Tyler Brewer. Row number 9 sees Brian Sutphin and Tanner Long. Row 10, Ben Pierce, Sam Barnes. And row 11, Jordan Watson and Lucas Strayer. Row 12, William Calhoun. Terrible qualifying effort for him. Not sure if he even ran a lap. And Robert Lukens, Anthony Marshall. That'll be the final grid, or final starting spots of the 26 trucks. All right, as I mentioned, Sean Peachin on the pole. And we got an opportunity here. Let's bring him up here and talk to him up here in the broadcast booth, as I sit up here in the virtual pagoda at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Sean, you got a copy there, bud?
Yep.
Hey, Sean, obviously focused. I know you are down the back straightaway here, coming to the green, winning the pole for a second straight season. Can you back it up tonight?
That's the hope. We'll see what happens. I mean, this place has a say, so I hope it will allow me the opportunity to win, but we'll see what happens.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, congratulations on the pole tonight. Lead him to the green, and maybe we'll talk in victory lane.
Let's hope so. Thanks, man.
All right, absolutely. Sean Peachin on the pole. We'll get him down to his channel for the start of this race. And right there. And for Sean, obviously, he's kind of racing a little wounded, I guess so to say. Unfortunately, was diagnosed with COVID this week. He and some family, I believe, and so he's on quarantine. He's doing okay. Obviously, he's had the shots and stuff. He actually did the podcast with us after being quarantined and stuff. So he's good to go tonight and ready to roll. So 80 laps, as I mentioned, 200 miles in the LMCgear.com 200. Pace car is in. Sean Peachin going to lead him to the green. Dane Cruz tonight. We find a final 4 who will race at Chicagoland next Wednesday night on Captain TV. Green flag from the Brickyard. Oh, Dane almost got the wall. They're going to be 3 wide and scattering almost 4 wide down the back straightaway. Zach Ahmann inside, Cody in the middle, and Dane Cruz has a parachute. Long race here. Be very patient. Off turn number 4, it will be Sean Peachin leading lap number 1. There's 5 bonus points right there towards his playoff run. Can he get himself to the final 4? He needs a lot of things to happen tonight as Dean inside of Cody Beatty for 3rd. You see these cars getting a little loose off. A lot of wheel being turned into the corner. Down through the short chute for the lead. Here comes Ahmann. Zach Ahmann going to go to the front and take the lead in this race. So Ahmann to the front, Christopher Dean to second, and then Cody Beatty looking kind of low on his teammate here. So either Sean just not feeling comfortable right now or just putting himself at a pace to take care of those tires tonight. You see the single file draft, as I mentioned. Line with Dane Cruz into turn 3. Very careful rolling the throttle here. Do not want to get the run on the other truck and run him over in mid-corner. You want to try to get the run coming out of the corner, draft him down the straightaway and make the pass. Easier said than done, obviously. You hear how much they're out of the throttle. It's really not much at all. So you got 24 of the 26 drivers in this race right now are within 0.6 of a second of the truck in front of them. So what I'm trying to say is you have 24 trucks in the lead pack right now, just out here riding. 5 laps in the books, as I mentioned, 20 laps. It appears to be on fuel now. One thing we should mention, if we do not get a caution in the first half of this race, there will be a competition caution at lap 40. That is per the rules of the Great Lakes Sim Racing Series. As Cruz looking inside of Beatty. Dane looking for that miracle tonight to get back into the playoffs. Had that early win in the season at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and ever since then has had his struggles. Has had a chance to easily win 2 or 3 races this season, but has been unable to as he makes the pass. Let's check back here. Blaine Sparling in the 59 truck, another playoff driver. Blaine right now running in the 12th position. Coming up on the back bumper of the 20 Robert Johnson. Appreciate all the viewers watching here tonight on Captain TV. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, please make sure you keep coming back. We appreciate it very much. Share the word with your friends and family members. We'd love to see them a part of the broadcast each and every night when we're on the air. Actually going to be adding on another series, believe it or not, to my schedule here starting next week on a Tuesday night, immediately following the TI IndyCar series. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. As Johnson getting a little loosey-loosey off turn 4. Caden Atkins, the PPM truck. Internet number 2, running up in the 6th position. You see the handling coming into play back there. You see Telder making a pass on Tanner Long. That's back at the 18th position. And as we expected, the long line of trucks. As you see them down the front straightaway. Give a shout out to our good friends, Track Teams Ford Gourmet, as always, as Sutphin gets to the inside of Chris Evans into turn 1. Supplying us the camera. Zalen Best drove her in there, but got out of it before trouble happened. You can check out their camera packages and more. Of course, they offers racing for ovals and road course and rallycross and so much more. You can check them out, trackcams22.com, for all the information, all the cool camera packages, including these drones that you see out here at the Speedway. Sutphin going to make another pass down into turn 3 inside of Robert Johnson. So Brian obviously doing a great job here in the 12th position. He ran well last week at Pocono before. Seems like it happens every week. An accident takes him out. is the 41 back here. Lucas Strayer making a pass on Ben Pierce in the 65, so move him up a spot. Lucas up to 16, Ben back to 17th. Now another driver, we mentioned him last week at Pocono, started towards the back and kind of struggled his way through the field. Finally got himself a great finish, and that is William Calhoun there, the 99 truck, 19th right now in the grid. And Stanner Long's got a little blinking issue going on, but William kind of had this same thing happen last week. He kind of took his time, let the race come to him, and all of a sudden he was up there in the top 10 before we knew it, and got a great finish last week. Into this LMCgear.com 200 here at the Brickyard. And if you've never heard of LMC Gear, it stands for Lightweight Motorcycle and Camping Gear. And basically it's a gentleman named Jim Herrick who runs the company out of Pendleton, Indiana, which is right near Indianapolis. And obviously Jim grew up around the track, a big-time IndyCar fan, of course, here at Indianapolis. But has jumped on board over here. He sponsored the Bristol Dirt Race and now sponsoring this race here at the Brickyard. And it's a great website and a great guy to get to know. And Jim Herrick is William Martin coming to pit road here. Unscheduled pit stop for 5. Not sure if he's trying something a little different here. But a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit on the tightest pit road in all of stock car racing. It's the longest pit boxes, but the tightest. And fuel only for the 5, so not sure what that's all about. We'll have to keep an eye on it as we watch Caden Atkins make the pass here. Bondurant to the outside. Caden not able to complete the pass all the way. That's going to allow Cody Beatty to get a real good draft here down the front straightaway. As Noah Maori followed him, and finally Bondurant kind of says, all right, you can have it. So Caden Atkins up to the 5th position right behind his teammate Dane Cruz, but it is Zach Ahmann right now leading by 9/10 of a second over Christopher Dean. There's Sean Peachin in 3rd. As I mentioned, Dane Cruz in 4th. The front 4 kind of stretching it out here a little bit. Ahmann looking to sweep the first round. No driver has done that yet in this series. Of course, this is only the 2nd year of the playoffs, or 2nd season of the playoffs. And Ahmann able to win the race last week at Pocono Raceway, and of course he won the short track race at Lucas Oil, and now back here at the Brickyard trying to get himself another win on the season. Bondurant back to the inside of Atkins. Atkins shutting the door on him. Jason Dalton back in the KJD2 racing truck. Finally, I am 2nd forward there, Cody Beatty. And again, if you're new to the channel, look over to the left. You'll see the P on each name. That means playoff driver. For those that do not have it around their name, that's because they are not in the playoffs. But they're still out here racing to try to win as these two continue to fight it. As Bondurant inside of Caden Atkins there. You got Maori starting to come up, teammate there at the 8. William Martin did stay on the lead lap from his unscheduled pit stop. You see him up there in turn 2 right now, rolling down the back straightaway. So what Martin needs is one of those yellow handkerchiefs to come out. And he should be okay when it's over with, but right now he needs a little help. Lap time's down about a second or so right now through the first 14 laps. Two of the Ace Racing teammates, Ace Motorsports teammates of Drift and Cody Beatty there. Meanwhile, up front, it's kind of getting tighter up here for the lead as Dean continuing to draft off that Cirrus number 18 of Zach Ahmann. Sean Peachin has not let them get away either as he sits about 6/10 back. And Dane Bruce about a second back right now, 15 laps in. Exactly what we were expecting to see here in this race. Now, Ahmann's pulling down here. This might be a draft move. He's going to let Dean take the lead and draft off of him. So, and Justin Bondurant spins back onto the track and brings a caution out. Bondurant tried to come to and now he gets drilled by William Calhoun. Bondurant was trying to pit, it looks like, and then I don't know if he downshifted. But unfortunately, Calhoun, one of the playoff drivers, might have just crashed his way out of the Final Four. And he is towed to pit road. That truck is destroyed. We'll get a replay here in just a second, but first caution is out. Lap 17. And for Calhoun, this is definitely going to be a bitter taste in his mouth, considering he plans to not race in Season 5, as he is going to be off to military school, I believe it is, the stuff he's doing. So I know that's going to keep, obviously that's going to make this a little more bitter probably for him, knowing that this was his one shot to get maybe championship number 2 before going off. But unfortunately for him, it might be all over. So we should see the leaders all come to pit road here, so we'll watch the pit stops. We'll get the replay and see what happened here. Precaution number 1. You got to be very careful here. You're going to get a checkup coming to pit road here because everybody's going to try to get down to 55 at that cone. And as I mentioned, with the very narrow pit road that they come in here, everybody into their stall. Zach overshoots it just a little bit. Tires going on some trucks. Sean Peachin overshoots. Everybody tires and fuel. Race off pit road. Ahmann with a great stop, and he wins it. So first caution out. Let's go back and see the replay now as Justin Bondurant here in the 11 Monster Energy truck is going to try to come to pit road. And unfortunately for him, it's not going to be pretty. Just locks it up and it spins it back on the track. That brings a caution out, and Calhoun's going to come in. Bam! I don't know if there was no communication or something amongst the drivers saying, hey, stop car in the middle of the track, or what happened. Let's see it one more time here as we So I'm not sure, if you listen closely to the motor, you hear him almost in neutral or something. That's just very interesting, unfortunately, for Calhoun now. See Bonner and Spitz. And he just didn't see him. Apparently nobody was communicating on the track. Normally you might get some people out there, hey, car stopped in the front straightaway or something. And William did not get that message apparently, and unfortunately caught up in that accident. And let's throw up the points really quickly on the screen again of where they sit as they enter tonight's race. And you're going to see up there in the top three, William Calhoun had about a 29-point advantage with the old school point system. That's only 4 positions. So right now, unless something wild happens and 5 other trucks get pulled out, which anything's possible, that's why we race, it is likely that William Calhoun's championship hopes have gone up in smoke in an unfortunate and very odd deal here at Indianapolis. All right, trucks are going to come off turn 4 here, and then we'll come to the green flag. It is Zach Ahmann, Caden Atkins, Christopher Dean, Dane Cruz up the 4th, Noah Miari, your top 5. So once again, 4 of those PPM trucks in the top 5 as we go back green. And you see the snake starting up. Sean Peachin starting to make a peek inside of Noah Miari. That is for 5th. And move the driver who spent a decent portion of his life living about an hour northwest of this track, Lafayette, Indiana. Calls this his sort of home track. Look at the nose damage on Dane Cruz I've noticed there. The 46, that's got to be hurting that truck a little bit. Got a little loose there coming off turn 2 at the back straightaway. You see Peachin looking low a little bit, maybe trying to get some clean air into the corner, but you wonder how much Dane's truck's going to be affected by that nose damage. You see Sean with the run to the inside. Now, one thing we talked to Sean about, as he was our guest on the Just Here for the GLSR podcast that was released earlier today, Sean talked about how in that race at Pocono, it looked like a parachute came out of his truck at the start of the race, and he just fell backwards. And he felt that the truck was way different at the beginning of the race. You kind of wonder if that same thing happened at the beginning of this race, and hence he just kind of fell back a little bit, got himself into a rhythm, and now is making his moves. As you saw Christopher Dean go back to the lead ahead of Caden Atkins. And now Sean going up to 3rd. Is Ahmann out of shape? Not sure what that was all about. got this great battle going on up here at the front. And oh, contact Allen Best up the track. 3 wide. Evans shooting the bottom. Strayer got into the 52, and they might not be done here yet. Ben Pierce right there behind him in that 65 truck. Oh, Best trying a little bit of a protective line as Strayer gets to run into the corner. That might have actually hurt Best more as he had to enter at a weird angle there, and it gives him the position. So Lucas Strayer up to the 12th spot right now. Here, that yellow or orange truck, that's Jason Dalton inside of Noah Maori. Jason right on the edge of the playoffs right now. He would be the guy in right now, actually. I believe if this race were to end right now, which unfortunately I don't have numbers for you to be able to do that, but yeah. Count 3 trucks out of the race right now. Justin Bonner and William Calhoun and William Martin. Not sure if William had some connection issues or something going on. That's why you see Martin not on track. And here comes Sean for second. Sean trying to keep a string going of drivers to make an appearance on the podcast to win the following race. So far, we're 2 for 3 in our 4 episodes. William Calhoun, of course, won the race after he was on. And then Zach Ahmann last week. And now Sean Peachin this week. There's Sammy B back here in that pink number 22 truck. Past Robert Lukens in the 15th position right now. Sam also been a little under the weather. Six laps in right now, the top 7 all chase drivers. With Dean, of course, up there at the top. And once again, these two are out here fighting it out. One not able to stay in front of the other, as Allen Best and Lucas Strayer's Telder's on pit road, unscheduled pit stop for him. Got to be very careful not to get loose on that inside of that other truck. It is easy to do. You get the air off that right side, off the spoiler, and it'll suck that inside truck around. You see him there. He's swatting flies right now. Allen, a little bit of left front damage on that truck. That might have been from that hip check that he got just a few laps ago from the 41. Looking underneath Cody Beatty, a battle for the 9th position here. Cody started up in the 3rd spot, and Lane started 12th as he's trying to work his way in to the playoffs. Of course, Blade has been one of the more consistent drivers. He hasn't been the fastest guy out there, but he has definitely racked up top 10s and top 5s throughout the season. That is what allowed him to compete for the championship in the playoffs there. As Telder is back on track right now. Matt is one lap down. He is actually just running ahead of the leaders right now, coming through turn 4 into the front straightaway. He's riding with the 2 of Caden Atkins. He's got Dalton right there behind him. Oh, easy, easy. Oh, you heard those tires. As Telder blew a motor, it looks like. Telder is blown up on the inside of turn 2. There goes the dynamite for the 12th truck. And Dalton's going to take the 4th position away, and Maori's going to have a pretty good run here. He's going to let him go. Here comes Ahmann. Chuck is dancing everywhere. Hold on, Caden. Bryce McCoon checking in to 95. Oh, look back there. Sparling trying to hold off Evans. McCoon going to be a part of the series, part of the new TIX racing that's coming in. As Dean is trying to get a draft off William Martin, who about put it in the grass. That's one interesting way of doing things. Oh, now Caution is out second. Caution, we got trouble. Drift has had issues over at turn 2. The 14 truck has gone around. That thing is roast. Looks like the 33 of Robert Lukens might be involved. So our second caution on the speedway at lap number 30, which is going to put these guys in an interesting conundrum of if they want to pit or not. Let's go see the replay here. One after this, brother. One after this. Oh, Lucan's going to lose the back end, it looks like. And Marshall's going to get into him. Here comes Drift. Ouch! The track obviously getting pretty slick, and the 33 loses the back end and brings her around and brings out the second caution. Looks like we got one more again. He tries to goose it, and unfortunately his bully teammate, ow, that's the lick that hurts. Caution out for the second time in this LMC Gear.com 200. And let's see if we get the leaders to pit road. We should. Now the question, though, what kind of strategy are we going to see here? Because you still got to go about another 9 laps to make it on fuel with 2 more stops, but I don't see anyone staying out there. Everybody's coming in for tires, or at least fuel. All fuel only. I don't see anyone changing tires right now. Race off pit road. Wow, that's tight. Looks like it's Dean. All right, for those just joining us, here's what it looks like right now in the playoffs. Of course, William Calhoun, as I mentioned, involved in a wreck early in this race. He was third entering, and he is going to fall out as of right now unless something else happens. And just looking at the standings as of right now, it is very tight, because right now you got Noah Maori would jump above William. You got Jason Dalton right with Maori, and they're 1 spot apart. And then Sean Peachin's up front, so he would jump up in here. Dean's up front. He would jump up in here. So we've got about 4 or 5 trucks right now in the running for that final playoff spot. As we're being joined in chat by a admin of a series that puts Indy cars on Daytona and says trucks on Indianapolis are a sin. I digress. Isaac Morris, everybody. And Drift not happy, obviously, about what just took place. But appreciate the viewers as always. New to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're not, well, just keep telling people to come watch. So Dean, Cruz, Peach, and Atkins, Maori, your top 5. Dalton, Allman, Beatty, Sutphin, and Evans, your top 10. As we are already just 7 laps from the halfway point. And what is a race that has seen a lot of lead changes, a lot of passing as we expected. And unfortunately, a couple of incidents in the end. The iRacing Ghost 4X pace car, as I like to call it. We'll bring him to the green flag, and I think this is a good opportunity for me to shut up and you to sit back and turn those speakers up a little bit, as we're going to go and turn it up here on Captain TV truck style from the Brickyard. Trouble. I see Blaine Sparling, or not Blaine Sparling, the 41 and Lucas Strayer involved. And this is a big wreck. The 31 of Marshall, the 40 of Brewer, Tanner Long, William Martin involved. And third caution out. Oh, and we got a crabber. So this is really going to put the fuel into strategy now. Ooh, Ooh, you gonna put me on the spot. Oh, man. Let me think about that one for a minute. That might be a podcast question. You might have to listen to the podcast for me to answer that. Just put that out there. Let's see. It actually happens up ahead here. Oh, Strayer. Man, this is not the caution you want to be a number in the 40s. 41, 40, 42 involved. Watch it one more again here. As the Busch Beer Ford, a Brewer, gets to the inside here. Oh, and yeah, they just come together. Oh, Sam Barnes got a piece of that, actually. Podcast is actually on Spotify, but we do air it over the stream eventually. Like, actually, after this race tonight, you'll probably see me air the podcast. So here's a development. Christopher Dean is on pit road. The leader is in, along with not many others. Jordan Watson is in, but Dean is the one leader coming to pit road. Ooh, we're going to have to ask him this one. Now, something tells me this here is a fuel move. But he just gave up all that track position. Let's bring him up here and let's ask him this question here. Dean, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Dean, you've been up there leading this race. I don't know if anyone shared the news with you, but there was nobody behind you coming on pit road.
Yeah, I knew I needed to make it to lap 44 in order to make it a one stop or a two stopper, I guess, pit on 44 and then another 18-ish laps. But I felt like if I stayed out there, I was going to get hung out to dry, and I figured they're going to have to, if it stays green, they're going to have to splash and go. If we get another quick caution, I'm in the better situation with fresher tires. So we'll just have to see how it, plays out.
How's the Black Horizon Brewery truck feeling?
Oh, it's feeling great, man. The track came to me. I feel like the only person who really has more speed than me maybe is Sean Petchin, but for some reason he's getting shuffled back on pit road, but he's definitely got winning speed.
All right, bud. Well, right now you're in the running. If you can go up there and get this win, you have that chance to take that fourth spot. Unfortunately, we lost one, and it's the one that actually edged you out last season, so maybe this is your chance to shine here tonight in that 48 truck, avoid the accidents, and who knows, maybe in 43 laps would be your time.
Yes, sir. We'll see if the strategy falls my way.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, good luck, and appreciate your time, bud.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That is Christopher Dean, the Dean machine in the 48 truck, running the Black Horizon Brewery scheme. Looking to get it, the sponsor, its first actual win in the series. Of course, it's been on a couple of trucks, but we'll see how this all transpires. Lightning, it is Chicagoland is the finale. It's the finale for every season for the series. Part of one, the sponsor is from that area, but two, it's also a fun track to have for a finale. But the second question there, yes, he is good there. So as a matter of fact, a lot of the guys here seem to run pretty well at Chicagoland here. I remember Maori last season ran well there, finished second in that race. Allman was up there. So, I mean, it's going to be wild. I think, man, it's going to be – I'm anxious first off to see who's going to be the four drivers. But when those four are figured out, I think it's really going to get, for a lack of a better term, spicy, I guess. It's going to get real good. Oops, wrong button. All right, coming to the green flag here. You got 3 of the 4 PPM trucks up front here. Dane Cruz, Caden Atkins, Noah Maori, 1, 2, and 4. Sean Peachin, who Dean mentioned, one of the faster trucks he feels, running in the 3rd position. Brian Sutphin up there in 6th, up 11 spots from 17th. Who said you can't pass it, Indy? Come on. Somehow that 46 truck with the nose damage it has still running out there in clean air and doing a pretty good job. As here we go, green flag back out, 2 laps shy of halfway. Everybody single file, the whole entire field now. I'll try to sort it out as Miori's going to get a run on his teammate down the back straightaway. Noah, who's been one of the fastest trucks, did not have a win this season, running in a second position now. Noah with 1 career win. That came at Homestead in the finale, season 1. Looking to get win number 2. He's finished second plenty of times this season, third plenty of times this season, but yet to go to victory lane. And I've said this so much, this could actually, Travis, be a sponsored segment of the race. It's the portion of the race where PPM has the first 3 spots. Look at these trucks getting loose off. Carrying so much speed, being tight in the middle, it's causing them to be loose off. Here's Dean back here, working his way back up through the field, up to the 9th spot inside Sutphin for 8th. He said he had a truck to do it. And he's definitely shown it here. Now he's got 5 laps of extra fuel in this truck. And he said if you can get to 44, you can make it. Obviously, he'll have no problem getting to it. The question is, does he just go in and top off the fuel at that moment, or does he run this thing all the way? As he is rolling through this field inside of Zach Ahmann for 5th. So the fresh tires obviously playing a role now. Great job being patient right now. You see Cruz start to pull away a little bit. Sean going to race the 48 hard there off 2. He gets a little loose. I think that's going to open the door here. See if he can get the draft down the straightaway. As Tyler Brewer on pit road, unscheduled pit stop for him. As you see Zach Ahmann make the pass for 5th. There's Sparling and Cody Beatty. These two seem to be around each other the whole entire race so far here. As there goes Dean for 3rd. And he makes the pass. So very interesting. He said if he could get the 44, and here he is in the 3rd position. He's almost back to where he started when he came to pit road there. Chris Evans inside of Ben Pierce 4 position. So, as you said, a lot of passing going on here, a lot of great racing going on in this LMC Gear.com 200. Want to mention again, you'll have one more chance next week to play the fantasy racing game for the Great Lakes Sim Racing Series. You can check it out at greatlakesimracing.com. And a chance to win a butt kicker. And of course, thanks to them for being a part of the series this season. If you go to The buttkicker.com website. You can get 20% off any of your purchase by typing in GLSR at the website, at the purchase, GLSR, to get 20% off your purchase at the Buttkicker website, buttkicker.com. Just over a year, believe it or not. This is season number 4. Next season will be season 5. I remember when Travis actually reached out to me. I had thrown out just kind of hey, anybody want somebody broadcasting for him back in the forums of iRacing, and here comes this Travis Icavaci guy reaching out to me, and I'm like, man, I can't even say this guy's last name. We talked, got it all worked out in that first race. Talladega, season 1 was a wild one, and that was the night I learned how to say Icavaci. I remember walking there, Travis, how do you say your name? Started from there. Chris Evans going to victory lane on a last lap pass on Christopher Dean. I remember it like yesterday. As Dean goes to the front. And now the running joke I have with Travis is I just come up with different ways to say his name. Of course, Black Horizon came on board 2 seasons ago. Playoffs came on board 2 seasons ago, and this league has just continued to grow. Had 3 different champions in 3 seasons. We've had a few virtual rain delays with broadcasting where I've had to record the race. We've had one race where somebody forgot to pay the power bill at the racetrack. Sorry, Trav, I brought it up. We had, let's see, what else have we had? We've had a dirt race at the Chili Bowl exhibition. Oh, you know what? And I got a good answer for you on this one. Oh, you're talking about like from the Great Lakes region? Or are you talking about like in the league, period? Because when this league started, it was a majority Great Lakes series. Like they ran tracks around the Great Lakes and a couple here and there, but now it's kind of blossomed into a nationwide series. Brian Sutton, as he rolls back up on the back bumper of Kate Atkins. Brian fell back at the restart, but is settled in there in about the 7th position in the region. Ooh, that's a good question here. And one way I can answer that is you can go to GreatLakesSimRacing.com, Bryce, and actually go and you can actually look up every driver and all the stats of the history of all the drivers. Like all the records, all the track histories and stuff like that are all there. But let's see. Off the top of my head, see, Dean's from Texas. Dane's a rookie this season. Noah, I can't remember. I think he's Pennsylvania. Oh, easy, Sutphin. Oh, and Blaine's up against the wall. Sean Zach is from Florida. I'll be honest, I don't think it's many. JW, I guess, would be one. JW won 3 or 4 races. He's from that area, up in that region. He's not here this season. He's won 3 or 4 races, including 2nd in the championship season 2, and might be back next season. I know I've talked to him a little bit. He said he wants to, but we'll see. Let's see who else is from. Well, I mean, depending on what part of Canada Chris Evans is from, that could be another. Marshall is from Indiana, I believe, which would be one. So to answer your question, it's not many. See Robert Johnson there, a little bit of damage on that 20 truck. Noah Mayari there in the third position as Cruz has pulled away a little bit in that 46 truck. But once again, I'm starting to think about the point standings here, because you got two drivers that are sitting down in the bottom two spots of the points right now as we have 30 laps to go. Dane Cruz entered this race 8th in points. Christopher Dean, I'm sorry, Cruz was 9th in points as Zach almost lost it. And Dane Cruz was 9th in points with William Calhoun falling out. Oh, and Ahmann just crushed the wall off turn 2. The man who has won the first 2 races of the playoffs just destroyed the wall. That truck's killed. That truck's all out of shape right now as here comes Peach into pit road. Here come leaders, lap 51. This will not be the final pit stop, but Cody Beatty and Jason Dalton, Chris Evans, Ben Pierce, all these guys. Get a second here. I'm going to go back and see that. That was a lick to the wall. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't think Ahmann's safely into the playoffs either here. Cody, that is not how you get in your pit stall, but I'll give it to you. Hey, for effort. Four tires and fuel. And there goes Sean and all the rest of these drivers off of pit road here. So that's going to cue these other trucks. They're going to need to get to pit road quickly here, because if you get an accident, caution comes out, those guys are going to jump up to the front. Whoa, easy back there, Zach. Almost wheel hopping it. But Cruz, Mayari, Atkins, Ahmann, Johnson, Sparling all on pit road here. That's got to be required damage, I would think, on that 18. That was probably a 4X. He hit that wall pretty hard. Cruz pulls away. Nope, Zach, optional. Wow, I'm surprised. So now Brian Sutphin, Alan Best all coming to pit road. So for the most part, you can stay on the lead lap as long as you have a good pit stop. You should be able to stay on the lead lap here. As you look up on the screen, Dane Cruz looks like is the leader. He's coming into turn 3 right now. Oh, Sutphin easy. He slides into his pit stall. Wow. They're going to actually pit that truck, and the right side is over the line there. In NASCAR, that would be a one-lap hold. So Dean stays out right now. He is on 16-lap tires, so he'll be pitting here the next 5 laps. And there's Dane Cruz now in the 2nd position. Sean Peachin comes out 3rd. Now let me see if I can scroll back here and find this hit for the 18. Going to be a minute here, so. It's going to happen somewhere in here. All right, it's already happened here, it looks like. So we'll just rewind. Sean Peachin just ran the fastest lap of the race. All right, so There you see Zach. Let's see if he gets loose or something here. He goes into turn 2, and turn 2 is not the easiest corner on this track. Comes all back again. Oh, he overcorrects. Ow. All right, so Dean stays out here. And what he is going to try to do, I think, is go as long as he can on a tank of fuel. And then, if he gets a caution, his way to steal track position here would be to get the trucks to come with him back to pit road, which is entirely possible. 25 laps to go, and we find out who is the final 4 and who will race in the finale at the Virtual Chicagoland Speedway next week in the Black Horizon Brewery. I believe it's 250-mile race. As here comes Dean to pit road right now. The Down Under Racing, the Kangaroo there on the hood, on the front splitter. That's, I'm sure he doesn't feel too thrilled being there. And that's going to hand the lead to Dane Cruz once he comes all the way around here. We'll see how it all cycles out. Let's watch Dean's pit stop here as they go to turn 3 now. Here they come out of turn 4. Right sides are on. They're going to obviously take the lead, but Dean should gain some track position here. Left side's 4 tires and fuel. There he goes, and there goes Cruz coming by. I think Dean's going to end up rolling out of here in about the 5th position. And caution comes out. Holy moly, what a move. Caution is out, and I'm looking for it on the track. Jason Dalton looks like he's in it. It's on the front straightaway. Jason Dalton, another playoff driver in the wall. So now 3rd and 5th in the playoffs have just wrecked down. It looks like Dalton's chances at the final 4 is over. And Caden Atkins is also involved in this. Oh, it looks like the teammates here trying to push each other down the straightaway maybe. Oh no, bump draft gone wrong. Caden Atkins had to tow, and now Jason Dalton having to tow. Oh boy, that is 2 more playoff drivers out of this race. And season unfortunately over. Wow. Caden hit that wall a ton. Yeah, Travis can answer your question there, Bryce. I can answer your question too, but give me a minute. I want to see this from Caden Atkins. That's a lick he took. Watch this. Wham! Oh, you know what? He hit that gate where the crossover to the pit road is. All right, so now leaders are back on pit road, including Christopher Dean. Yeah, it's not winning you're in there, Bryce. So it's just straight up top 4 get in, points-wise. And go from there as Zach is needing a GPS to get into his pit stall. But Dane Cruz is going to win the race off pit road, and Christopher Dean's going to come out second. We're going to see the top 5 trucks right now staying out. All right, so let's take a minute here. Let's go back and show the points and what we look like right now. At least this is entering the race. I can't do any kind of updating like entering the race or in the race, but I can kind of do some math here. Let's see. Jason Dalton, 5th in points. He's out. Caden Atkins was 2nd in points entering this race. More than likely, he is now out. So we have lost 3 out of the top 5 in the final 4. Now, obviously, 4 make it, so 5, but still, top 5 drivers. So 3 of them accidents and out of this race, more than likely out of the playoffs. So right now, if I'm doing the math, who is in? Zach Ahmann is pretty much in with those issues happening. You would have Noah Maori in. You would have Blaine Sparling getting in, likely. I'm seeing where Blaine is right now. Sean Peachin might actually be in right now winning this race. Dean could be. We might end up with. Okay, look, I'll just put it like this. Who's not in? Okay, Alan Best, no offense, he's not in because obviously he only has 100 points after the first 2 races and he missed a race. So he's automatically out. So he's eliminated. Calhoun is out. Dalton is out. Caden Atkins is out. So we're down to 6 drivers running for 3 spots, depending on where Zach Ahmann finishes. Again, I'm doing this math off of my head. I went to school in the state of Florida. Math to me is like ice in Miami. Doesn't exist. Now, actually, then again, let's go back to last year's Indy race. Remember I was doing the math in my head for the Calhoun versus Dean, and I nailed the number before the race ended. I was like, I think it should be about this, and bam, nailed it. So who knows? I could get lucky. The one thing I can count is the number of trucks that are not damaged in this race right now. So Sean Peachin leads this race now. Chris Evans is 2nd. Those are teammates for Ace Motorsports. And then you got Alan Best in 3rd. Robert Johnson, what a run for him in 4th. And then Dane Cruz, who is kind of running the Cinderella role right now. Can he jump from last out of those who were still in contention to in? I mean, we still do have 1 full stint pretty much on this fuel in this race to make it so. This is why the Brickyard is on the schedule where it is. It seems like in these trucks, in this series, it brings the drama. All right, pace truck going to pull in as the Ace Motorsports teammate's going to bring him to the green flag with 20 laps to go. I'm only counting about 12 trucks on the track right now. Oh. I thought Evans and Best hit each other for a second. Now Evans is in the wall. Johnson's got to make the adjustment. Now Zach Ahmann right now in the 12th position. And we got to remember, this is the old school scoring system. So if you do not know, you go back to 2002 before the playoff system started, and actually I think into the 03 and later on into the 2000s. NASCAR had a scoring system as well. Dane Cruz, hold on, young fella. And then Dean had to go save it. Boy, they're really picking it up now. But basically it was 180 to win a race, and then it goes down by 5s all the way to, I believe it's the 11th position. And then it goes down by 4s as Dane leans up against Evans. And then once you get down to about 20th, it goes down by 3s. So with that being said, Sean Peachin has outscored Zach Ahmann in this race. Of course, he got bonus points for leading a lap, leading the most laps, all that stuff. Number of times tied your shoe in the race, and all these different bonuses that you get in there. And let's see, 12 positions, obviously 12 times 5 off the top of my head is 60. So there is a chance if Zach Ahmann finishes right there in 12th and Sean wins this race. I mean, yes, mathematically Travis is right. There is a chance that Zach Ahmann does not make the Final Four, which would make this maybe one of the biggest upsets in this league's history. That the driver that won the most races, another Kevin Harvick here, which I think would make really good boxing. Yeah, Jason, sorry, buddy, man. That was just a bad timing, man. I know Brian was trying to help you. Just unfortunate. So there's Sean leading by a full second over Alan Best, who has had the season of his life this year. He's not going to make the Final Four because he missed the first race of the playoffs. But that man has been so consistent this season. I think when the awards come out this season that GLSR always does, and of course I'm going to come out with my own little list of superlatives for drivers. I have a feeling Alan Best is going to win something of a most improved driver award of some case. Christopher Dean up in the 6th position right now. The question, who has the fuel to go to the finish? Who is going to try to sneak a victory at the Brickyard? Maybe Paul Menard, should we say? True story, I'm actually... Oh, issues for Chris Evans. He is wrecked over in turn 4. And I'm waiting. There's going to be a truck going by here. No caution yet. Lucan stayed down far enough. No caution. I was waiting to see if Lukens would get close enough, if it would trigger it, and it did not. Now, I might or might not be guilty of doing a move like that before, where I kind of pull up to a car that's spun and kind of get close to him until the caution comes out. Tough break for the 98. Robert Johnson up to the 3rd position here. Bob Johnson. But I was starting to say before that spin happened, the true fact about Paul Menard's win at the 2011 Brickyard, I was actually in the shot of the checkered flag. If you look really closely, I mean, if I could ever find the video, I would show it. I guess I could on YouTube. But you can actually see me kind of fading right up in the top, up near the grandstands as he crosses the line. As Dean makes a move inside of Maori for 4th. Laps to go here in Indianapolis. Jason Clark joining us from his wife's phone, apparently. Apparently Jason did not pay internet at his house this week, so he's got his wife's phone out and using her Wi-Fi. Up to the 10th position, keeping an eye on him. Blaine Sparling up to 7th. Dane Cruz is 6th. Maori is 5th. And it is going to be so close to see who gets in here. Dean inside of Johnson. That is for third, and he'll move up. I don't know. I'm like, there's too many people too close. I can't do the math enough. I mean, I'm assuming Noah running fifth would be in. Peachin's going to be close. I'm thinking Peachin's likely in and Blaine Sparling right now. It would probably be those four. If I do the math right in my head. Oh, yeah, you did. And you should watch next week, too. Might learn something. Now Maori trying to make the pass on Johnson. 12 laps to go. Cody Beatty headed sideways off the corner. Now pit stops are coming. The final round of pit stops. 12 laps to go. Will it be tires and fuel or just fuel? Let the fun begin. Looks like fuel only for everybody. Some take Alan Best back there taking tires. Robert Johnson's taking tires. Peach and fuel only. I think he's the only one taking fuel only. Everybody else tires. So let's see, when does the rest of the leaders come to pit road, and if they do come to pit road, what do they do? Dean stays out another lap, and how about Ben Pierce up to the second position right now? Cody Beatty up to third. Blaine Sparling now up to fourth. Sean Peachin now fifth. Robert Lukens is going about the speed they were going in 1911. When this track first opened. And look at this, for the lead, Ben Pierce. The Georgia driver going to the lead. And I'm pretty sure this is a fuel-saving move on Dean's part. Cody Beatty back here. Blaine Sparling. He's been around pretty much since the start. He's trying to get a first career win. As a matter of fact, combined wins right now of the top 7. You know what? Let's go back to 9th. The top 9 drivers right now in this race have a combined 3 wins. That's it. And trouble for Dane Cruz. The 46 is spun in toes. And his playoff run is over. And he jumped to the pit so that there would not be a caution. Wow, he and Best running pretty tight down to turn 3 here. Oh, and Best hooks him. Oh, my. There was obviously some net code there as Best was 3/4 of the way into his rear. But that is now officially 2 of the PPM trucks out of the Final Four. Best is halfway. Yeah, that's. Wow. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some unhappiness in the boxing ring. Why do I have a feeling right now that Travis is sitting over here on the stream like, maybe I do need to make this the second to last race every season? So there's Pierce leading this thing, 6 laps to go. There's Dean. Now, I was going to say Dean is drafting off him, but now he's too far back almost to draft. Here's Blaine now third. Cody Beatty's probably drafting off of Blaine. And in about 27 seconds back, here is Sean Peachin, who is just pitted with fuel only, running 5th. And the Fresh Tire Brigade is about 6 seconds back. As Beatty gets past Sparling for position. I don't know, is Pierce going to make it, guys? Let's go on board. I want to see if he's, what kind of fuel saving he's doing here, if he has to at all. Your throttle there down the back straightaway. He shuts the engine off going into 3. I mean, he's not able to save too much. Let's check Dean back here. I thought Dean was coming to pit road. I'm like, wait a minute here. I think Dean's trying to run like the shortest trajectory around the track. I don't know if that's going to work, considering it's a straightaway. But hey, for effort. That's exactly what he's doing. Look, he's running the shortest way around. A very unorthodox way of doing it. Cody shut his engine off. And Robert Lukens is in trouble over at turn 2. He is off the track here. No caution yet. He's staying down. Eventually he's going to come back on. Oh, there's the caution move right there by Drift. Didn't work. And he's going to get it up to speed quick enough, so he's good to go. Oh, we almost had this race just get thrown upside down. All right, so Dean is caught back up to Pierce. Beatty is caught back up to Dean. Sparling is way backing off. This is turning into a fuel mileage race. Beatty's to the lead now. This has turned into, instead of who can go the fastest, to who's going to go the slowest. Sam, I hope you're taking notes if you're watching this. We've got a lot to talk about this week. All right, so, I thought Spartler was coming to the pits back there. Now Blaine's back there running the bottom. 2 laps to go, 5 miles. Checking on Sean Peachin right now. Sean's got Noah Maori about a second back. And is about 13 seconds back from the leader, or make that 20 seconds back from the leader. I don't even know what to say right now. As they come off turn 4, final lap. I don't know if Cody Beatty's that speeder. He ran a 55-55, but white flag is out for the Brickyard. I mean, Dean and Pierce are just coasting. And Cody's just driving away saying, you know what, I'm going from here. I think arguably this is going to be probably the wildest race in this series, 4 seasons of racing. And coming off of turn 4, I mean, he could shut his engine off and coast to the checkered flag. How about this? Alabama's Cody Beatty, Roll Tide, wins at Indianapolis. And Pierce is out of gas. Dean's out of gas. And now Noah gets past Sean Peachin. As Pierce is going to get second. Noah's going to get third and into the playoffs, into the final 4. And I think Peachin's going to be close. Alan Best gets 5th. Here comes Robert Johnson. Dean's on pit road. And his playoff hopes, his final 4 might have just went bye-bye. Meanwhile, Evans helps Sparling across the line. I don't know if that's allowed. We'll have to see. Allman ends up 7th, which I think is going to be good enough for him to get in. Hey, good luck, Travis, on this one, buddy. I'll see you in like 3 years. Cody's out of fuel now, and Alan Best is going to push him. But what a win. Cody Beatty gets his first career series victory. Well, they might have to, hopefully Cody's got it neutral. That's usually how this works. All right, let's pull up the point standings once again here. Let's see if I can figure the math out. All right, let's see here. Zach had a 25-point lead over Caden, who's out. Williams out. Noah's going to be in. Zach's going to be in. So there's 2. Blaine Sparling is only 11 points out. And I think Drift's going to do burnouts for Cody. I think Blaine's your 3rd person. And I think Sean Peachin's going to be your 4th. Wow. That, yeah, if you're just tuning in here, I'm shocked like everyone else right now. And I don't know what to say other than Cody Beatty has just stole the LMC Gear 200 from Indianapolis in what is probably the wildest race in this series history, as Cody wins it officially by 15 seconds over Ben Pierce, Noah Maori third, Sean Peachin fourth, Alan Best fifth, Robert Johnson sixth, Zach Ahmann seventh, Blaine Sparling finishes eighth, Christopher Dean ninth, Chris Evans 10th, William Martin 11th, Jordan Watson 12th, Dane Cruz finishes 13th, Robert Lukens 14th, Brian Sutphin 15th, Jason Dalton, Caden Atkins, Drift finishes 18th in the race. Tyler Brewer 19th, 20th Sam Barnes, 21st Tanner Long, 22nd Lucas Strayer, 23rd Anthony Marshall, 24th Matthew Teller, Calhoun 25th, Justin Bonder at 26th, and last on the field. So while this, we're going to go as long as I can here, and hopefully we're able to get the update here for the points, but obviously Travis got a lot of work to do to get that figured out, so more power to him on this one. But let's go down here. I'm in shock, and I know this guy's going to be super happy. And what this guy has gone through, as a matter of fact, here the last few months says enough too. But a great young man to watch racing. I've enjoyed racing with him for years, actually, now, as him and I have raced in multiple series together and stuff. And here he is tonight going to victory lane for the first time here in Indianapolis. And we're talking about Cody Beatty. We're going to drag him up here and talk to him right now. And I'm pretty sure the excitement in his voice as Drift sitting there. I think he's kind of emulating Cody's truck right now. Let's bring Cody down here as Cody celebrates. My man, congratulations, dude. You just won a race in Indianapolis in this series, in the Great Lakes Sim Racing Series.
Man, I can't believe it. That was a lot of fun. Didn't know fuel mileage was going to be that big of an issue there at the end, but I knew when I was going to be close. Drift told me to pit one to go, and that paid off. That extra lap really helped a lot. I was able to get around Dean and Ben there at the end and just able to coast it home.
Obviously, a race, no matter how you can win it, it's how you win it. You've been through a lot the last year, and for you to come back tonight, I mean, obviously you've been back for a few weeks, and to score a win and one of the biggest races in this series. I mean, they run Indianapolis every season. It's up here in the Great Lakes area where these guys are based out of and stuff. To come win at this track and put your name on a winner's trophy in this series, I mean, at Indianapolis, talk about the emotions in your mind right now.
Just a whole lot, man. I got real emotional there coming to the line when I knew I had it. And just a lot going on the past year with everything, both just mentally and, just everything going on lately personally as well. And I just, this is what means a lot. It means a whole lot. And I just can't believe it. And to win here at Indy's just makes it even better. I mean, I absolutely love this track, and I didn't think I even had a shot to win it, and I somehow pulled it off.
What were you doing those last few laps? Obviously, I heard everybody shutting their engine off and stuff, and then it looked like we were watching the 1925 Indy 500 all over again, with cars going like 90 mile an hour down the straightaways and stuff. All you guys there running for the win. What were you doing different there, and when did you figure out, all right, I can make it now?
Well, I was sitting there, and I think it was about, I want to say it was like 8 or 9 to go. And I looked, and I was about a lap to the good, but I clutched it for a few laps after that. I think until about 3 to go, and then I was like, it's time to go, because Ben was up in front of me, Dean was up in front of me, and I was like, it's time to roll and time to go. Got past them, and then I clutched it for the last few laps. And when I got the white flag, I had I think it was about a lap and a half to the good, and I just went with it and ran her full out.
Well, great job, man. We're going to let you send shout-outs to whoever you like to, and it's all yours.
Shout out to all the admins in this league. Shout out to you for broadcasting it. I want to dedicate this race and this win to my grandmother. I miss that woman dearly, and this is this is awesome. A lot of emotions, and it's all worth it tonight. That's for sure.
Now, if you didn't get a chance to catch the pod, obviously the viewers and stuff, I made a comment to Sean about going out and finding a brick house and kissing it. Are you going to do that tonight?
I might do that. I honestly probably will. I don't think I have a brick. I don't. Well, I've got some bricks on my house. If worse comes to worse and I don't, I'll kiss my brick steps. It don't bother me.
Hey, bricks are bricks. We want kisses and we want photos.
Absolutely.
Nice job, man. Congratulations, Brickyard winner, and they can't take that away. You've got win number 1 in the Black Horizon Truck Series. You're not in the Final Four. Obviously, you didn't make it to the playoffs with everything going on this season, but you definitely got yourself a win this season.
Yep, and it's awesome, and I just appreciate it so much.
Absolutely, man. Great job. You earned it.
Thanks, Scala.
Cody Beatty, winner of Indianapolis, man. What a finish it was for him. Let's get Pierce down here, man. What a finish. Best career run for the Millennium driver, who has been through a lot himself this season on the team side of things. But, Ben, what a job, dude. Congratulations. Enough fuel saved up to get a top 3 finish for the first time.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I think it was barely enough gas. I ran out right at pit road entry, and it was sputtering all the way down the front stretch. But I know it was going to be a fuel mileage race, so probably would have saved a little more earlier. But once I started passing guys, I realized, we're going to save some gas.
Yeah, talk about your race, because you ran mid-pack most of the race. Obviously, you had a lot of battling back there and stuff. Obviously, go up to that last pit stop. What kind of threw you into that mode where it's like, all right, if I pit here, I can maybe make it the rest of the way?
Well, like you said, running mid-pack, didn't get a lot of practice time in, so I was just kind of riding, letting the race come to me, and, waiting on guys to, maybe burn their tires up. And the original plan was once we got a couple of quick cautions, and I was thinking maybe if I short pit and took 2 tires, I could maybe get some track position if it stayed green. And when the caution came out, I'm like, all right, well, I'll still try and take 2 tires, see if I can beat some guys out pit road. And I didn't really gain anything. So I decided to come back in on the second lap and just take my lefts and just go ahead and top off those few, point whatever gallons of gas, and it paid off.
Well, you definitely did what it had to do to work, and you did a great job, obviously, finishing second, even though you were running roughly about, like I was telling Cody, about 90 miles an hour a couple laps there on the straightaways. But you guys were definitely doing what you had to do, and congratulations on that, man. Shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's been a rough season, but just like to thank RMP Motors helping pay the bills, and the rest of my team, Bondo and Luke, and Telder's on our chat for a minute. Seth's been on board this season, but we just had a lot of team turnover. Hoping for some stability next season. Got some guys coming back to the team that have been here before, Brandon and Ricky Springer. If you remember that name?
I do remember that name.
Yeah, he'll be back. So we should be back in the fight next season. We'll be looking to carry some momentum into the last race, Chicagoland. I've run there before. I'm not going to say anything. Don't want to jinx it. We've had this is the best luck we've had in a long time, but I'm just happy to be here.
There you go. Nice job, man. Congratulations on P2.
Appreciate it, Chris.
Absolutely. Ben Pierce finishing second. And Noah Miori actually finishes third in the race. He got by Sean Peach in here. And let me do some. I'm actually doing some multitasking here. So I'm going to run down here and put Ben back up in this channel here. Let's get Noah. One thing is for sure. We know that Noah is one of the Final Four drivers because he finished the best out of any playoff driver in this race. So if I do the automating and the math, 1 + 1 is 2. Yeah, you're in the Final Four. So congratulations, Noah. You will race at Chicagoland for a championship this season.
Awesome.
Obviously, you finished second in that race last season. So some might say, hey, a sleeper favorite right here in this 8 truck.
Yeah. I remember last season. I wasn't that good until the end of the race, but yeah, I've always liked Chicagoland, and certainly feel like take the momentum from this race and try to do the best I can at Chicagoland.
Now, you do have a history, by the way, too, of winning the last race of the season. I think I point this out every time we talk. Obviously, the Homestead race season 1, you went in Allen Best's truck and took it to victory lane. So Chicago, a little similar to Homestead when it comes to worn-out pavement. And it seems like you're very strong on worn-out pavement. I mean, you ran well at Atlanta earlier this season. You ran well when we went to Homestead earlier this season. Now we go to Chicagoland. Does that kind of build the confidence?
Yeah, it does, but I think more important than anything, it doesn't really matter how well you race at a track. There's a lot of other factors that can go your way or not go your way. So I feel confident in myself as far as driving the track, and just have to hope that everything else works itself out.
There you go, man. Well, hey, great job tonight in the top 3. Congratulations on that. Great run there, and great safe strategy there, pitting and knowing that you were one of the faster trucks, got up there to 3rd, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, just thanks to my teammates at PPM, Dane Cruz, Zach Ahmann, Caden Atkins, Dream Clothing for sponsoring our team in this league, Surfshark VPN, and Glitch Energy. Use code PPM for 10% off your purchase.
There you go. Congratulations, Noah, man. Go celebrate with your team, and we'll see you next weekend in Chicago.
All right, thank you.
All right, buddy. Noah Mayari there, 2nd place run for him. Let's I'm looking for Zach. I think Zach is actually gone, so Zach's not in the channel. So we were going to talk to him. I think he's pretty much in. Let's talk to. Actually, let's hold off here a split second. I'm going to go do some searching here really quickly. Man, I don't I don't want to go off the air until I know, unless I'm not going to find out tonight that the points are updated here. So stand by 1 second here. I'm just going to kind of go rogue here for a second. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably going to have to get off here. But either way, man, what a race. I think, if I do the math right, I think it's going to end up being Sean and Zach being the other 2. In with Noah and Blaine Sparling, I think, is going to be the 4 drivers. Guess I'm doing my math here. I just don't want to go call somebody into the Final Four and be way off or something like Samsonite, you know. So, all right. Well, we're going to step away and we're going to get off the air. But we appreciate everybody and watching us tonight. We know 2 of the drivers that are in. That's obviously Zach Ahmann and Noah Mayari. Zach finished 3rd best out of all the playoff drivers, so that pretty much puts him in. So he's in. Sean's in. I'm pretty sure that Blaine is going to take Caden's spot, and you'll probably see Sean Peachin take Now, the only thing I could see potentially happening here, let me actually go look at this. Was Caden far enough ahead of Sean in second to keep himself in? That's the other question now that comes to my head here. And I'm sorry I'm kind of stretching this out, but I'm just anxious. If I can find where the pop-out is here. Okay. So I'm going to, and I'll show this on the screen here so you guys can see this again with what I'm looking at. And this was, again, entering the race tonight. Bada boom. So Caden was up 60 points, 64 points over Sean Peach. And 64 points would be almost 10 positions at least. Well, no, 10 times 5 is 50. So 12 positions almost. So, and he finished 17th. Sean finished third or fourth. So that's 13 positions. It's going to be really close because I think Caden led laps, Sean led laps. The bonus points, I think, are going to come into play for that spot. So, basically, it's between Sean and Caden for the last spot. That would put Sparling in by my math. So, yeah. So, Sparling's in. It's between Blaine and Sean for the last spot, literally. So, we'll see. We're going to get off and appreciate Black Horizon for sponsoring this awesome league. We appreciate, of course, Travis and Sam and everybody for allowing me to be a part of the broadcast and stuff like that. We'll have the podcast coming up here in just a little bit for the for last week that we just played with. I'm losing my mind here. Sean Peachin. So we'll have that coming up and more. So appreciate everybody for being a part of the broadcast. And as I always like to say, remember, this isn't just a game. It's not only the Great Lakes Sim Racing Series, it's iRacing. See ya!
Strong.